jam, old time music jam at the Bellevue Hall. And there was a bunch of really good old musicians there. There's this one guy, he's like 90 years old. He was in like this like local rock band in like the 50s or 60s. And he can just play everything, guitar, fiddle. He's really good. There was a bunch of just these really good old timers who were rocking their fiddles, and I was talking to a few of them about their instruments and stuff, and it was a good little small town jam. I need some scissors. Where are my scissors? Give me a second. I gotta find my scissors. Oh, there they are. I also slept a lot. Full screen. Okay, I'll fix the student cam. Give me a second. Give me a second here. Yeah, students are all gone. It was pretty busy. It was pretty crazy. We managed. Here, let me get that camera. Hopefully I don't. Okay. Let's switch this over here. Now you guys can see what I'm sanding. I know that's what you wanted. That's what Rage was concerned about. He's like, we can't see you sand. Right. Why can't I move that over? Let me fix this. There we go. There we go. There we go. Where everything is back to how it should be. Yeah. Full rock. Anyway, in case you guys were having Hank withdrawal is real. You don't have to suffer anymore. I know many of you were suffering from Hank fatigue, and Hank fatigue is real. But the only thing worse than Hank fatigue is Hank withdrawal. But don't worry, I'm back. And I'll never leave you again. I promise this time. Even though you know I'll break that promise, you'll still tune in again. That's what I do. That's part of it, is to promise things and then break my promises just to irk you, just to create drama in your life. That's what this stream is about. And guitars, but mostly drama. Anyway, another thing I gotta do, speaking of drama, I gotta get the Luther Uprising podcast going again. I've been slacking on that. I gotta get back into that, so I'll get in touch with everyone and start scheduling some things. I gotta talk to Spike at Frugal Fixer. Yeah, running for office. Yeah, just breaking hearts. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I'll never do it again. I'll never lie to you again. That's what my stream will turn into. Broken promises and broken hearts. Hey, Timber, how are you doing? How is your summer going? Yeah, check out Frugal Fixer. He wants to do some stuff. Spike is very community oriented. He's a YouTuber. He has a podcast as well. We were talking about stuff, and I was just like, let's do it all when I get back. So, Will, you tired?
I'm beat, man.
Will is. This was a full day, and I got it 3 hours of streaming now to do.
No, I was expecting 4. We had 7.
Yeah, we had 7 students today. No, we had 6. We had 6. We had 2 father-son. I was kind of confused at first. I was like, wait, which one's the dad? And then it was like, oh, wait, 2 of them are father-son duos.
And they kind of look similar.
Yeah. So it's pretty obvious who's who. But yeah, we got 2 father-son duos, which is always good. Build a guitar with your dad. Or build a guitar for your dad. Let me tell you something. Nothing will make you fulfilled as a son than to build a guitar either with your dad or for your dad. I just build guitars for my dad. Summer's almost over.
Yeah. You do a joint bud building course.
A joint bud, yeah.
Family reunion, but everybody comes and builds guitars.
Yeah, I'll just have a family reunion in the shop. Just a bud build.
The bud build.
Yeah.
If you're out on Gabriola, you just make a whole trip with
Yeah.
Come fishing.
Yeah. Hunting.
Hunting, and then build with your guitar.
Yeah. Will's making some deals. Can we talk about it?
Yeah, you can talk about it.
So let me tell you something. Will's making some moves, everybody. Some big moves. Hey, Hawk Whisperer, how are you doing? Will's trying to get some land for a full-on guitar school. That's his dream. And he found something that is very... I don't want to invest too much into it emotionally unless it actually happens. Because it's happened before that we were looking at some really nice property and then it just doesn't work out. But Will...
This one is further along than that last one.
Yeah, this one is like...
It's seeming more feasible, but still like there's like a couple of unanswered questions.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for popping in, Hawk Whisperer. I hope you enjoy your dinner. Yeah, thanks for coming in. I've been gone for a month. So this is my first stream in like over 3 weeks. So welcome. Anyway, Will has a plan. He's found some land on an island. And get this island, I'm not going to say which one. It's going to be a secret until we announce. I'm not going to say anything. But I will tell you that it's on an island, 25 acres. It's got a couple buildings, has a huge shop, has 2 shops, one big shop and then a smaller shop. It has a pool for some reason and solar panels. It's all sustainable, which is amazing because that's a huge investment to get that many solar panels.
Yeah.
And it's full of deer and wild turkeys, and it's right by it's ocean front. It'd be an amazing place. It would be like there's these bizarre statues all over the place, which I'm not a big fan of.
No.
But
The general consensus has been that they're super creepy.
they're really creepy statues. There's really creepy.
I'll post the Sasquatch one.
Yeah, we have a Sasquatch. There's a Sasquatch statue. Post that in the Discord.
'Cause it's horrible.
But it would be a nice like camp. Oh no, you had to leave behind your kit build. That sucks, Hawk. But sometimes things have to be done. Drastic moves have to be made.
At least it was just a kid.
Yeah, it's just a kit. You can always get another. He's buying the prison island in Tacoma.
Yeah, I put the Sasquatch in your channel.
Here, I'll load it up. It's filled with these weird, like,
They're like chainsaw carving.
they're chainsaw carvings. Like, I don't want to, like, knock somebody's work because obviously, you know, somebody put time into it, right? But it's also like, I don't know if we can keep those things up. Oh man, that's creepy. Okay, here, give me a second. I'm going to I'm going to show you some of the statues. Maybe it's kind of endearing. So if you guys, the question is, if you guys went to a guitar school on an island and these pictures were everywhere, if these monuments were everywhere, maybe the students would find it endearing. They're just like, that's just part. Look at this weird Sasquatch statue, though. Would you guys be freaked out about going to a weird guitar school with me and Will and Mare? I think maybe it fits. Rage says he likes it. It's part of the...
So my thing is, you move the Sasquatch like into the tree line near the property, and you put like red LEDs in it.
Okay.
Kind of like a really cheesy Matterhorn like Yeti.
Yeah. Rage would come up for a month. He's not afraid. Hawk. Yeah, it's got tribal vibes. You're getting weird vibes. Yeah, maybe. It's got a terrible totem pole.
Yeah, the totem pole would be going.
The totem pole has to go. It's too weird. And obviously not a native totem pole. It's like
So apparently when the listing like first went up on Facebook, they got like hate mongers forms of like white oppression, you have a totem pole.
yeah, cultural appropriation. Take down.
So that would definitely be like, you just donate the totem pole.
Yeah.
To the tribe. Be like, come take it.
Yeah, take that away. Well, it's not a very good... If it was a nice totem pole, it'd be like, whatever, man. It's my psychedelic totem pole. But it's a bad totem pole. But anyway...
What Riley wants to do is you replace the totem pole with one of those 14-foot Home Depot skeletons.
Oh, interesting. A giant guitar. What about just a giant guitar? Hey, what if we made a guitar for the Sasquatch?
Yeah.
Wait a second. Look at how he's positioned.
He could have a guitar or a slide guitar.
A slide guitar. He could have a slide guitar or something. We need to modify. We need to put guitars into all of these weird statues.
Definitely dress him up for the holiday too.
Yeah, we'll just turn it all into guitars. We'll just cut all of those, upcycle them into guitars. Bad luck. Hawk Whisperer said that's bad juju, man.
Bad juju.
Yeah, you can't. Bad luck for cutting up a totem pole.
I wouldn't cut it up. I just donate it.
Yeah.
Totem pole though, yeah.
Warped.
That was like appropriated. Like the previous owner found the totem pole on another island and shipped it to this island. So it's like full like appropriation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if it does go through, next year we might be on an island. A Luthier island.
We'll have to get the Starlink Elon Musk internet.
Yeah,
because
the internet is definitely... Maybe Elon Musk will come through, but, I'm a Bezos guy myself. He's my technocratic overlord. I work for Jeff Bezos. I don't work for Musk, but Will drives a Tesla, so he supports Musk. But maybe we'll have Starlink. That's the one thing that is kind of like, I hope there's decent services there.
Yeah. So you can get fiber.
Yeah.
It's just I'm not sure if fiber is on the property, so you probably have to pay to run the line.
Yeah.
We just get Kirby to come over.
Yeah, we'll just get Kirby.
Over there.
Yeah.
Come
Kirby.
run an illegal line to our property.
Yeah.
I'll pay him like a decent amount to do it.
Well, we did have fiber the whole time. They were telling us that we needed to pay 10 grand to get fiber into this building. I got my buddy who works at the phone company, and he's like, "Oh, there's a box right there. I can just run a line." They were trying to.
They're trying to hustle us.
They were
It
trying.
took them 5 minutes to run that line.
Yeah. It was nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
Ridiculous.
These phone companies, man. Did you guys know long distance is a scam?
It is.
It's a total scam. It doesn't cost them any money to connect you to anywhere. It's just a complete scam that they said they had to do to build the network. The network's built. Why do they have to charge you long distance? It bounces off a satellite or a tower and then comes back down anyway. Anyway, the phone companies are all against us. They're a cartel. But I will need to stream on this island. Karen will be in the bushes outside. Guitar Planet, that'll be the next thing. You get an island first, and then the planet.
Well, we're gonna have a fight because half the island is Scientologists, so we're gonna have to.
Yeah, they're Scientologists. We'll do a counter commune. Rage said he would come and live in the guitar commune. That's what Meredith was calling it, a guitar building commune. Yeah, it's got... Oh, and get this. This is the best part. Or maybe for me it's the best part. But some idiot 100 years ago introduced a bunch of European deer onto the island to be like game deer, and they are running amok on that island. The island has hundreds, possibly 1,000 invasive deer on the island, and they just run amok. Anyway, because they're an invasive species, you can just hunt them without a license year round. You just hunt them.
So I found out a bit more about that too.
Yeah.
So the realtor I was been dealing with, he's a hunter.
Oh, okay.
So he gave me the full scoop. So you're not allowed to hunt with rifles on the island. You can hunt with bows and shotguns.
Bows. We will make. Here's the thing, Will. There's Pacific yew wood, and you know what feathers make the best feathers for bows? Turkey feathers. Yeah. And there's feral turkeys everywhere.
Making our own bows and arrows.
Yeah, we have all the tools to succeed. So we'll make bows, and then we'll grow a garden, and we'll hunt deer and turkeys. This island has everything, and guitar woods.
So the reason the species is so invasive, there's no natural predators on
There's
this island.
there's no predators on the
bears,
island,
no coyotes, no cougars.
and it's full of hippies. There's no natural predators on the island. It's full of hippies. So the deer are running amok because the hippies can't handle, and they don't understand the balance of nature, that these things have to be exterminated from the island. I'm not all for extermination all the time, but this is an invasive species. You know, it's not like they're, whitetail, right? I wouldn't be saying ethnically cleanse the whitetail deer on the island. I would just say these what are they called? Fallow deer. They have to be exterminated. It's the right thing to do to bring nature into balance.
And they're so unafraid of humans. Basically, what the guy was telling me is you just set up hunter blinds. You do not have to track it all on this island. They will come. They're just so nonchalant. When the first time I went to go see the place, we walked into the
Can
house.
you guys hear Will? Does Will need to sit? I think you need to tell us about this island.
So the first time I came outside of this house I was looking at,
Okay.
I'll get into view.
Okay.
Yeah, came outside the bedroom door, into the kind of backyard area, and there was 5 deer just chilling. Don't even run away from you. They're just they just look at you. I mean, if you get super close, they'll get a bit skittish, but they are not scared of humans at all.
They're just getting into people's gardens. Yeah. They're terrible. Deer will just destroy your garden.
Yeah, you have to have fences around your gardens.
Yeah. Yeah. Send you some jerky. That's the thing we can make.
I have a smoker.
Will has a smoker. That's the thing. Students,
I already make jerky.
People who come to our guitar school, it's dudes, I'm going to have a huge organic garden. There will be meat and these deer are eating all the organic vegetables from the hippies' gardens, right? So they're really well fed and
it's
healthy.
Not going to be gamey.
It's not going to be gamey.
They're not just eating garbage all the time.
Yeah, they're eating organic yams and stuff. Who knows? I don't know what they're eating, but anyway, there's turkeys everywhere. So it's every evening is Thanksgiving. It'll be let me tell you about Guitar Island.
Yeah, Guitar Island's a pretty cool place.
Yeah, it's every night we feast. We build guitars by day. We chop down trees. We mill wood. We make guitars. Yeah. Come to Guitar Island. Learn from us. And then we make bows. And then we hunt the deer with the bows. And we make the arrows out of the turkey feathers from the feral turkeys. Yeah, it just works. Pacific yew wood. We have Pacific yew wood, which is an amazing bow wood. This thing,
Lots of red alder as well.
Red alder. Ooh, lots of red alder.
That's the predominant wood on the island.
Okay, red alder is a nice wood. And I'm sure there's western maple.
Yeah.
There's spruce.
Spruce and cedar.
Spruce,
maple.
Cedar. They probably have yellow cypress on there too.
Maybe. Yeah. I know, because when I was talking to the guy, he was asking about guitar woods, and I was telling him the body woods we usually use, which is walnut, mahogany, and alder are like our three main ones.
Yeah.
He's like, alder, we just pulp that stuff here. And I was like, oh God, don't throw that in the chipper.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, and there's a woodworking cabin building school next door.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's like
That's
this
like just
thing.
down the road.
Just down the road, there's another. So they probably have a mill,
Yeah, they have.
but we can set up our own Alaskan mill.
Yeah. Apparently,
Yeah.
like most dudes have Alaskan mills on that island because it's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah,
they'll build their own extensions and stuff. Right?
yeah. So, oh man, the antlers. Don't worry, we got it. We'll have antlers. We can make nuts from the antlers. For the guitars, we can make guitar straps from the hide. This island is perfect.
We'll have to get Chevy guy. Send him down
yeah.
some hides to turn into straps and aprons for.
Yeah, these deer are not afraid of man, Papa Doom.
No, they are not.
This is Catalogic's retirement. We'll set up a retirement home for guitar enthusiasts.
Yeah. Set up our yurt colony.
He's going to leave you for the island. Everybody's going to come to the island, and then we'll have to. It'll be great until it gets the new invasive species will be luthiers.
Yeah. We have to beat out the Scientologists. They're winning in numbers right now. So.
Ray Joe Ray knows a solar kiln to dry that wood. Mara and I were talking about that.
Yeah. Probably would be worthwhile to just like get an actual kiln out there too. Even.
Yeah. Oh
There's
yeah.
so much space.
There's so much
It's
space.
25 acres. It's a massive lot. But also.
Hank brand deer antlers, Hawk Whisperer. Hank brand deer antlers. I'm going to brand everything. Get your jerky. I do have a deer skull. Hey, Will, can you grab that deer skull? Yeah. It's just on there. Speaking of Chevy guy got me the strap. So I got a strap now for the back of it. Notice how slim this makes me look now. We get a bit of side boob there. Everything. Thank you, Chevy guy. Check out my deer skull. I just brought this to the shop. I'm going to do something with this. This is a deer skull from Saskatchewan. Probably a whitetail. It's pretty small.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Papa Doom. This is a whitetail. He would know.
Yeah, it's the Papa Doom's turf right here.
Yeah. Anyway, I gotta do something. I was going to use this as kind of a logo, but then I never really did. But anyway, so this is about the size I would say of the deer on that island.
They're not gargantuan.
They're not big. They're about.
But there's a lot of them. So it's like,
yeah. The European deer are a little bit smaller, which is fine because then you can hunt them and just carry them back. You don't need an ATV to like haul them out of the woods. Because in Saskatchewan, the deer, like the mule deer, are massive, and it's like you're not carrying that thing out. But like the smaller game deer, those like European deer, they're not as big.
Of the
as
ones
ours.
that I saw, I think you could definitely like they would be heavy, but you could carry them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be like
And then
maybe.
obviously turkeys.
Yeah.
No biggie.
Nice. Your mom got you a resin cow skull necklace. What we need is some mammoth bone. One of the students here is from the Yukon. Dawson City, Yukon. We got a guy from Dawson City down here. And they are still finding mammoth. Crow, not cow. That makes more sense. Yeah. A crow. I didn't read that right.
Never know. It could be like one of those like ironic giant necklaces.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Fox,
Just
but
I
it's
don't
just
know.
a
That makes more sense. Anyway, so yeah, one of our students is from Dawson, and they are still finding mammoth skeletons up there. So like mammoth tusks. You can get mammoth tusks if you want mammoth tusks, which is crazy to think. Like mammoths were walking around up there not too long ago, maybe a few thousand years ago. I always say cow instead of crow when I read it. You're not the first one to do that, or for me to do that too, Hawk. Anyway. Oh no, we'll see. We'll see what happens with this this Luthier Island scheme. I'm going to leave this scheme to Will.
Yeah, I'm doing my scheme, and there's still a couple of like questions I have for like the city and stuff like that. Because obviously for us, if we go anywhere, we want to become accredited.
Yeah, it has to be an accredited school so that out of country students can get student visas to come.
Yeah.
Especially, I think, how does it work? If you're in the Commonwealth, do you need a visa to come to Canada?
Actually, a lot of the world you don't. I know the big one is people from China have a hard time coming over here to do the workshop. Cause if they just say it's a vacation, it's fine. But the problem that Chris guy had was he told them he was coming over to do like an educational workshop.
Yeah.
And they stopped him from coming back because he didn't have a student visa.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that we're not like an accredited program here. It's just like, come learn to build guitars with us. Like, you don't get a certificate at the end, you just get a guitar.
Yeah,
but if we become accredited, for those people, they could get visas. But the main one is if you're accredited, you can get financial aid.
Yeah, that's
right?
another thing. So you can go into debt, and then Biden will forgive it. So don't worry about it. Go into debt, take out a massive loan to come to guitar school. Don't worry, it will be forgiven.
Yeah.
Timber would know. How long ago did mammoths walk the earth, Timber? Timber knows stuff about paleontology and such. He knows these things.
Yeah, they're pretty old.
Not that long ago, like maybe
10,000 years.
10,000 years ago, maybe even 8,000 years ago. Like, in some regions, they mostly went extinct, but I think the last one, like the final mammoth, died like 6,000 years ago.
Maybe.
Which, that's not that long
sounds
ago.
plausible.
Yeah.
I believe it.
You need a work visa even if you come from the UK. Okay.
But our current workshop, like, you can do it in like a week as like a vacation, is what a lot of people do. So I think
you just come for a vacation. It's just a workshop. Like, we just do workshops. We're not a school right now.
But it would be nice because like we want to offer longer programs. Like right now, we do our 1 or 2 week. You come and build your acoustic or your electric. But we'd like to do a more involved like 1 month or 3 month program where it's like you do a 6 string, a 7 string, neck through, bolt on. Maybe you do an acoustic. Like you kind of get the full deal, and you do all the steps. Like you'll do your oil finish standard. You'll do like a painted one. Like we want to be able to like have a curriculum where you actually walk away with like all the tools you need to like do basically not everything, but most things you'd need to do if you went off on your own to build guitars.
Yeah, if you wanted to legit make a go of being a luthier.
Yeah, and like it's a tall order to be like come out for like 2 months on a vacation.
Yeah.
And pay for it out of pocket. But if you can get a student loan to do it, if you can get a student visa, like I don't know, it's a little bit less daunting, I think, for a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. It's
also then we can advertise that we're technically we're not a school, so we will tell people that offhand that we're like a luthier school or whatever, but like we're really just a bunch of people who loosely teach you how to build a guitar, right? Like
I would really like I don't know if this is possible, but at some point if we did establish a school, especially to have partnerships with American manufacturers to be like sponsor us and be like, well, if any of our promising students wants to apply at Taylor or Gibson or Fender Custom Shop, and it's like, maybe they can get an entry level job. Like it doesn't mean you'll be a master builder off the bat, but if we could actually do job placements with American manufacturers, that would be my goal, is partnerships with Fender.
So that's
and
why
stuff.
I think Meredith wants to go down to California for a bit while we set things up, is to like kind of float that idea, because Taylor already has. So Taylor and I think Fender. So there's a luthier school in California. I forget what it's called. And a lot of the guys who end up working at the Fender shops went to that school. Like that's like they poach everybody from there.
Yeah, because where else? Because they're already trained.
Yeah, exactly. And then I know Robert Venn, a lot of those guys go to work at like different guitar shops.
Yeah.
So that would definitely be something where it'd be reaching out to Godin and stuff like that.
Yeah, Godin here in or is it Godin?
Godin.
Godin here in Canada.
You know it.
I think that's the only Canadian manufacturer at the time.
Well, yeah,
Larave's down in California,
They're
but
gone.
Larave as well. Like, if we could establish any sort of like partnerships, or just be like, hey, look, we're an accredited school. We are putting out good students. Give them a shot, kind of thing. If we can establish that our students do come out with a professional level of training, then it's like, you know, it saves them. They would like it because it saves them having to train new people. Only 4,000 years ago. See, 4,000 years.
Yeah.
Timber says 4,000 years ago with mammoths. That's
I
not
believe that.
long ago at
Yeah.
all. That's because I was watching a documentary on Sumer, and they were like, Sumer was around when there were still mammoths. So like, crazy.
Yeah.
Timelines. So let me tell you something. People were making stringed instruments when there were still mammoths walking the earth. Think about that. Anyway, I think that's a good. We have goals. Will has a plan.
Yeah.
My plan. It's funny. See, Will has to go to like his bank and like
Get a mortgage.
put together business plans and present them to various officials and
I've
finance.
talked to the city a few times.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah. Although talking to this, I won't say the island's name yet. I know you like to keep it secret.
Yeah, yeah, we won't.
It's a pretty low population. So talking to the city, it's like you call them and it's like Cheryl down at the city hall answers. The
Yeah,
phone. You
yeah.
know, it's not like
If you could
Vancouver.
get on the line with the mayor if you wanted
Yeah,
to.
probably-
I want to
probably.
speak to the mayor right now.
Yeah, it's super chill there. Like,
Yeah. Oh, Bill? Yeah.
you can drive through downtown of this island, and if you are not paying attention, you would miss it. You know, like
Yeah.
it's very boony, but
Yeah.
it's charming.
Well, okay. If hey, Dispel Lothier, how are you doing today? Welcome. If any of you are Spanish speakers and are into guitar building, check out Dispel Lothier there. He's a Spanish builder, and you guys should check him out.
So like classical
Yeah.
Spanish builder? Nice.
Yeah.
Traditional. I need like a proper good like classical guitar. I have a talking mine that's pretty good.
Yeah, check him out. But if the guitar school doesn't work out, we can just start a guitar cult. We'll just start a cult like Wild Wild Country with Osho. We'll just do that. Just take over the island. If you guys haven't seen that, we'll just take over the island. Start our
Poison
cult.
the water supply.
Yeah.
And drive everyone out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think it'll be interesting. I'm hopeful. Riley didn't hate it when we went. So
Your
that was a big
fiance
one.
didn't hate
my
it?
fiance
That's good.
didn't hate it. Yeah.
That's step one. I'm down for whatever. I got nothing on the go.
yeah.
I got nothing, Will.
Yeah, if I go, it'll be a lot of work. So definitely, because without Meredith there, Riley's not going to help me do anything.
No.
She'll go and like lounge on the beach or whatever,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then like swim in the pool. Well, the only thing that she wants to do is she wants to redo like the whole pool. So basically, what we were thinking with that pool is you like Lords of Dogtown it. You just graffiti the whole pool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be kind of interesting. Did you see photos of the pool? It's
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
It's really ugly.
Yeah. Yeah. The design of it is not.
Yeah, so it's a pretty dated property. Like a lot of the properties on there, there's not a whole lot of new builds there, you know.
Yeah.
And if there was, it would be a lot more expensive than it is.
It's not
The
bad.
way it's not too bad. Like I think it could be. Like it just needs like a facelift basically.
Yeah.
Just paint the walls, maybe some new flooring, that kind of thing. Like it's livable. But the way my realtor described it was they had a dream in the early 90s, but they couldn't do it until 2005.
Oh.
So it's like it's very dated.
What was the dream? What was that property set up for?
It's just their I have the
Like it's just their vacation home?
basically, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like
Weird.
a super wealthy person's vacation home.
Oh, okay.
That for some reason they turned into like basically a self-sustaining property that they never lived at really. They
Wow.
couldn't- yeah, that's like big time FU money. to
Yeah,
have
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
Just like, oh, I never go there. I built my dream home, and then I never go there.
Yeah, it's like instead of just you doing your Airbnb vacation once a year where you go to a lake house, it's like I just own that lake house, right?
Yeah. That's why it's like everybody, let me tell you something. It's good that nobody ever achieves their dreams, because the only thing worse than achieving your dreams is actually achieving them and then becoming bored of them.
Yeah.
Think about that. At least you still have, anybody who hasn't achieved their dreams, you still have fire in you. Everybody who's achieved their dreams, the fire is out, long gone. So be happy. Be happy you haven't succeeded yet, and you still have a reason to live. Anyway, Will, where's the epoxy? Is there any new epoxy?
I bought a bunch. We have like 4 tubes of Big Glow.
Nice. What's the schedule like this week for the students?
Insanity.
Insanity.
Yeah.
It wasn't as bad as I thought.
It was still.
I was kind of annoyed at first, and then I just
I was a
decided.
little annoyed this morning.
And then I just went with it and didn't take it out on not one of the students.
So we have 3 locals in this group. I
Yeah.
think as we near the end, actually, I think Chris will finish early. He's like zipping through. Like
Yeah.
his body's almost done.
Yes.
Um,
Chris is doing the
he's-
mahogany.
The mahogany, no
Yeah.
top, just like simple.
Yeah, that one's going to be really fast.
The 2 people from Langley, so the guy with like the kind of curly black hair,
Yep.
and his dad. I think I don't want to use the term backburnered them, but I think they will probably be the last 2 to finish because everybody else is from out of town. Like we have the guy from the Yukon and the 2 other people from Seattle,
Yeah.
and they have to finish like on Sunday.
Yes.
So I think we can get those 3 guys like totally square up and done for Sunday. I wouldn't be surprised if the Langley people have to come back for like 1 or 2 days.
Yeah.
Just because.
He's taking his time, but that's okay.
And that's fine. Yeah, it's just yeah, we're gonna have to get.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll try and
well,
get everyone done. We'll try and.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of work. I'm already tired.
Me too.
I'm so
I
tired.
just hope Meredith has all the hardware.
Yeah, I was wondering what that A meant, Terry. Thank you. Thank you. I assume it was some sort of compliment. Oh, thanks, Willie. We'll catch you later. Don't worry, I'm back to my regular schedule. Though Wednesday might be crazy because Mare isn't going to be here. Setting us up for multiple choice. Yeah, I got a ton of stuff to do, but that's okay. It's okay to be busy. It's okay. I'll just get stuff done in the evening. But oh man, I got to do Sean's stuff. Sean gave me 3 sets of pickups in payment. That's why I'm building more tellies. I have this one was made with a table. Let me tell you something about this build. This was a table that was left here in the shop. Cost me nothing. This neck was brought to me by Rage Guitars himself. Cost me nothing but friendship. Rich Light given to me by Rich Light themselves for nothing. And then the pickups were given to me as well. So it's like this is going to be a really good. So even though I have to spend a bit on the finish and bit of time and stuff, it's like it's just kind of a fun build. Just because it's like I never do a painted guitar, so I was like, I'm going to do a black guitar. Is Mare bringing Devin for the streamiversary? Does Devin Townsend? Rage wants him for the streamiversary. Can we book him?
I mean, I would like to see that.
He's probably busy. He's got stuff to do. Doesn't want to hang out on
I
my
don't think
stream.
he lives around here anymore.
Yeah, like he's just from here. He probably lives on an island somewhere. Like all the people are doing these days. Maybe he still lives out here. Anyway, this is a fun build. I don't know what I'm going to do for my stream anniversary for fun. What sort of fun can we have?
When's the stream anniversary?
September 25th.
Good.
It's a weekend.
Is Rage coming up?
Rage is coming up.
You gotta bring us truss rods. And lumen inlay.
Lumen inlay.
We can't get lumen inlay. There's an embargo with Canada and we can't get
Rage, did you see that we can't get lumen in? Rage saw that the other day too, that Canadians can't get it. He was trying to order some and he's like, no problem. They've embargoed. We can't get lumen inlays here in Canada.
I tried direct from them and Amazon and
They're just like, nope.
they won't do it.
I don't know why. So we found a workaround. Is we were using Lumen 3D printing. What's that stuff called? The coils. Filament. The 3D printing filament. We used glow-in-the-dark 3D printing filament. That was our workaround. I don't know why Canada can't get them, but we're not allowed, which is weird. Why can't we get the? Order it to your house. You can order it and send it to Rage's house. What else? Oh, you know what else? You know what I need? You know what else we have trouble getting is WD products. Because our distributor doesn't carry it. There's one Canadian distributor, Long and McQuaid. They carry a very poor selection of WD products. And so whenever I try and order them, it's like, oh no, sorry, you have to go through Long and McQuaid. It's like Long and McQuaid doesn't carry those knobs. I need plain brass, unfinished WD Telecaster knobs. That's what I need. And I just can't get them. And it's very frustrating. Just brass. I want plain brass to match. Oh, WD-40. No, not WD. What does WD stand for?
Oh, I don't know.
It's a brand of like all parts. They're kind of like the all parts. They just make their own brand of guitar parts.
And plates and
Yeah, they're good. I wish we had access to them. If they carry CTS pots, order them to your house. Okay. So I have a plan. Let me show you this configuration. I really like it. I'm going to do it again. On this one, so I had to use gold hardware on the knob. And it doesn't look bad, but you can tell it's not exactly the same as the brass barrels. So what I want to do is this layout with the black hardware. I think it looks really cool. I don't know what you guys think, but a black bridge, black plate, and then instead of gold knobs, having brass knobs to match the brass there. So that's why I need just solid. I can get gold knobs, but I want just brass. And it's a subtle thing, but I think it'll look really good. You know? Maybe you don't think so, but I do. Anyway, I really like this layout of the black and the gold. I think that looks really good. And let me tell you, JB, 1 year. 1 year, JB. How are you doing? Thank you for that resub. So Will, I learned knocking on heaven's door. It's really easy. It's like, I have to sing like Axl Rose. Knocking on heaven's door. Yeah. Why did he? Guns N' Roses is both terrible and amazing at the same time. They're actually really corny.
Yeah.
They're really a ridiculous band. I know a lot of people like Guns N' Roses, but I find them hilarious. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock. Like, oh man, just terrible. Anyway, I've been practicing guitar. My dad, no, I'm not.
You don't want to plug it in.
I'll plug it in. My dad was giving me guitar lessons because I'm so bad. I'm so bad. Anyway, I can show you the problem with, not the problem with this guitar, but it's, it has no treble. It's really muddy. But I'm not surprised. So these are the Seymour, or not, sorry. These are the bare knuckles. So JB, how's your summer going? Anyway, these are the bare knuckles. Will probably demo this thing better than me. But anyway.
Play a country song on it. I just learned a new country song.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
But they're not very twangy. I find this thing to be very muddy sounding. Yeah, it's not the best amp, but you do something with that. You do something better. Try and do a country song. It's just not a twangy telly. It doesn't sound bad. It sounds better when you play it. I guess it's not that bad.
It's okay.
What would you say? What would you play on that guitar? Metal?
Metal. Yeah.
It just seems to me.
It's not like that traditional twangy.
Yeah, it's like I would say like blues.
Yeah.
No, play it.
I have to go.
Oh.
My ride is almost here.
This ride is almost here.
I have an Uber 2 minutes away.
This is my grunge. You play the
grunge. You can
grunge.
do some grunge on that.
You play grunge rock on this telly.
I don't think it sounds bad. It's just not twangy like a telly
Yeah.
is.
Hey, Gopher, how are you doing? Okay, we'll see you, Will. Will's out of here. Armand, baby, thank you for that resub. Everybody's here and saying hello. So nice to see you all. Gopher, how are your builds doing?
Actually, just before I'm just gonna jump.
Armand, baby, how's your summer going? Thanks, Terry. I think it sounds. Oh, thanks for emptying.
I just want to forget.
Yeah. It just sounds different from my other tellies. I just have to just kind of. It's a nice sounding guitar. So what I did is I put the bare knuckle boot camps, and I think those are. Will, were those Alnico 2s or 3s?
What?
The boot camp.
2s,
I think they're Alnico 2s. So it was, they just have a real mellow sound to them, and it's like I think I prefer the hotter wound vintage pickups personally. You haven't done much but work? Yeah, I was lucky that I was able to take some time off. Waiting for, oh man, I know what that's like, Gopher. It's, I always have a few builds on the go, but I just, I've been caught so many times with an unfinished guitar that it's like I make sure I have all the hardware before I start, just because I hate being close to finishing and then having to stop. Anyway, This one I finished right before I left. I don't know if anybody saw it completed. I finished it the night before I left, just so it would get some tension on it while I was gone. But I'm pretty happy with it. It's an interesting looking guitar with that spalt, those black lines. I like the gold and the black. And then it has a sapelli. I think in the future what I would do is actually dye the body black. I'm going to try that at some point and do a gold and black guitar. Do a really nice like golden quilted maple top, black and gold hardware, and then dye the mahogany body black. I think that would look really, really good. So that's going to be another thing I got to do. I'm doing things. Don't you know? What spalts your maple? Exactly. I think I saw, Gopher, I saw that you salvaged some Queensland maple cabinets or something, or a desk, which is a pretty good find for sure. Black and gold forever. Yeah, I like black and gold. I think it looks really good. Let me show you the top. Will gave me this top because it's too small for any of his builds, but this this will be golden yellow. This maple. Look at this top. So this one with finish on it, golden, just golden yellow with black hardware, I think would look really, really nice. Yeah, I have so much stuff on the go right now. It's good. It's a good problem to have. I see these tops, I'm just like, I know what I'm going to do with this one. That one's going to be black and gold. You spent half an hour bashing it apart on the side of the road. What's that guy doing? Get in the trunk and go. Anyway. Yeah, it's I got some really nice commissions coming up. Real nice commissions coming up. I have a patron. I don't know if he's still on, but he was here earlier. Max bought a guitar and commissioned a couple. So I'm very lucky that I got some stuff on the go right now. So I can just keep building into the fall. Figure out where things are at. Meredith is definitely leaving in January. Will said we'll probably still have the shop until March, and then maybe Luthier Island after that. We will see. But this one, oh, speaking of salvage, this is from an old table. So Gopher, this is my tribute to Virtual Gopher. If you guys haven't seen Virtual Gopher, he's another streamer here on Twitch, and he's been doing a lot of guitar builds. He likes to use salvaged and repurposed wood. So this is my tribute. So this was an alder table. So this one, and it's a nice piece of alder. It'll work. It'll work really well, and it's not too heavy. Alder is really nice. It's not too heavy, and it's very good. It's a good wood for painting. because it's not very porous. Now, the question is, I've been thinking maybe I should do a tummy cut on it, and I might do that now. I think I should do a tummy cut because normally I don't do a tummy cut. Oh, don't worry, the bust is behind me. The bust is still here. It's staying forever. Normally I don't do a tummy cut because I hollow them out. This one is a solid body, so I probably should do a tummy cut on this one. Maybe I'll carve that out. So I have a template that I use, so I kind of always know where to do my tummy cut so that it's kind of uniform. Well, that thing's no good anymore. Anyway, so back in the shop, and you can see why I took a break. Things are getting kind of hectic around here, but they always are. Good, I got a bit of time off. I also got my deer skull back here as well. But anyway, I'm going to put this in. I gotta put this away. Somebody left the cap off. Give me a second. I gotta find the cap. Got my Hank juice. Did you guys? I think I already showed this one. But I got some really nice English walnut as well. This will be for a Bigsby big river, a Bigsby river. I got all the hardware. I got a bunch of hardware for builds, so that's good. I can just kind of work through things. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Like, that's the thing, is like it doesn't have to be super precise, especially when you're doing it by hand. Alder is pretty easy to carve as well, so it's not too bad. I'm just going to use a rasp and do the cut. I had a belt sander that we used to do these on, but somebody broke it. Oh, I'll show you an interesting tool we got here in the shop. Let me just find it for a second. Where did he put it? I don't know where it is. Oh, that's annoying. Somebody sent us a tool to try out. I forget what it's called though. It just disappeared, as all things disappear. It's on the table and then it disappears. Oh, that's really That's annoying. I was looking forward to using this new rasp. We got a new rasp. And I can't find it right now. I wanted to try it out and see how it carved. I forget what it was called. But it's like, it's interesting. It's interesting looking. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'll just use the old rasp. But kind of frustrating. I don't like this rasp. I don't like any of these rasps. While I was gone, they broke the Shinto rasp. I think it's still around here somewhere. That's why I wanted to try that new one. I leave, and then I come back and they're like, oh yeah, we broke the Shinto rasp. And I was like, how did you do that? Why did you do that? Why didn't you get a new one? The mysteries of this place. Anyway, it'll be okay. So I'm just taking, so this is the tummy cup. I try and keep it as flat as possible, especially with this one because it's getting painted. I don't want it to dip. Like right now I'm carving it in. But after I'm done, I want this thing to be pretty flat because I will have to wet sand it. But I'll show you actually. Oh, my microphone almost fell off. It's okay. This one has a tummy cut on it as well. So it'll look like this. You can see there. Older isn't too bad. It's not very porous. I probably don't need to. I don't really need to seal it. I'll just spray it. That's the nice thing. Alder is used for a lot of painted. Fender uses alder a lot. It's like maple in that it's pretty uniform, but it's lighter than maple. And it's not a very exotic, or it's a hardwood, but it's not extremely hard. So you wouldn't use alder as a neck wood, but it's nice and light. That's the main thing. It's easy to paint and it's light. It's harder than basswood. Basswood is another one of the kind of paint grade bodies that they use. Basswood is what the guitar that Karen Day has that she's burning. tummy cut in a really long time. As soon as I started doing semi-hollows, I didn't do a tummy cut anymore. So this is kind of interesting. Like I said, most of the time when I was doing tummy cuts, I just used my used the edge sander. Yeah, fewer steps the better. Yeah, that's why they use a lot of materials they use. Yeah. Asis, what's going on? How are you doing? Your thin line has a tummy cut? Yeah, so they probably, what they did is it's not as deep. The chamber is probably only about, they just did a less deep chamber. You can do it, but I try and keep mine, I want as much mass in the chamber as possible so that there's more resonance. I have seen people CNC kind of a step angle inside their body so they can get a semi-hollow with a tummy cut as well. I think for me, what I did was I made my body slightly thinner overall. So a standard fender is 1 3/4 inch thick. Mine are about 1.6, 1.65 around there thick. So they're a 1/10 of an inch thinner. And then I bevel it all the way around, which just makes it more comfortable and feel a little bit slimmer than it is. Nice. Aces having a productive day. How's your summer going, Aces? How deep did you do your chamber? I just realized it's like your thin line, as in your thin line you built yourself. How deep did you do your chamber in your thin line there, Gopher? nice thing is alder is pretty easy to carve. I'll probably have this this carved out fairly quickly. Then I'll fill. There's still a few things. I don't have to fill the pores, but there's a few knots and some dings that that got into it. And then this will be ready to be sprayed. Measuring at the time, so you didn't go too deep. Okay. All guitars are on hold. Very hot down there. Oh, that's good. You didn't go all the way to the edge when you made the belly cut. Yeah, as long as you know how deep you are, it should be fine. Like I said, I found it was better to just do the chambers. I'll show you what I do. So I actually do my chambers down to like there's 1/4 of an inch on the back, and then there's 1/2 inch around the sides. That's how deep I go, and then I dye the hole black so then it looks darker. But I bevel around it, and like I said, it's a little bit thinner. I don't know if you can really tell. It's a little bit thinner than a standard Telecaster. I find this is pretty comfortable. Though I do find it is nice to have that tummy cut. When it is there, it is nice to have. I think it's very comfortable to have tummy cuts on your guitars. But I made my choice. There was a few things that I chose that it's like you have to make choices sometimes, you know? And it's like, it was the same with my ferrules doing the plate. I do the plate now. Even though I think the ferrules are better, the plate works better with this guitar. Same with like not doing a tummy cut and doing the semi-hollow. This just works for me. This design just works. And I'm pretty happy with it. That's the main thing. And I can replicate it over and over again. I don't know what they use on the headless guitars. All that stuff is like Strandberg proprietary stuff. There's a lot of companies. I don't know what they're called, honestly. I don't know much about headless guitars. Rage just hates. Rage is such a hater. Anyway. The main thing that I find with the tummy cuts is just getting that shape to be flat. You'll see it when I pull it off. Getting it to be flat but also flow with the whole thing is really important to me. Nice and flat. Like I said, The flat is really important because I'm going to be painting it. And because I'm going to be painting it, I'm also going to be sanding it. And if it dips, that'll be more of a chance of sanding through the finish. So you want it to be nice and even. But I'm getting there. Getting there. It's always a little tricky right in here. And that's about as deep as I want to go into this area. I missed all your hate. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of knockoff hardware, because I think a lot of the headless guitar hardware is like copyrighted. So there's different places, like you can get a cheap Alibaba kind of knockoff, but how well it works, who knows? That was the thing, is I was looking to doing some Bigsby's, right? And there's a lot of Bigsby knockoffs, but man, are they not very good. Like, the Bigsby licensed trems are okay. I found out about, so there's the B5s and the B7s. Those are made in America, and that's why they're more expensive, and they just say Bigsby on them. Then there's the Bigsby licensed, and those are the B50s and B70s, and I think those are made in Korea or somewhere, and those ones are still higher quality, but there's a few things that are different materials in them. But you can only get, those are the only ones where you can get black Bigsby's. That's why I like them. So the B50s are okay. I haven't tried the B500s. I think those are the even cheaper ones. But for a telly, the fives are the flat tops. So I've been reading reviews, and people are like, the beef, like, if you want to get the American made, it's fine, but you'll pay for it. But I need black Bigsby, so I have to do the B50s. So that's the thing whenever knockoff hardware, you know? But there are some decent hardware. There's some actual decent hip shot knockoffs that I was pleasantly surprised. They're about half the price as the hip shot hardtails, and they're just a different alloy. They're not solid brass, but they're milled the same. Okay, there we go. I got one side, I'll show you. There's still a lot more work to do, but I'll show you. I will show you. It's starting to come along. The curve is right. Needs to cut more. Cut more. Yeah, if you wanted a terrible tremolo, you'd make your own. Gatto, did you see those hand palm trems that Tunatone was using? I think we showed them before. She gets them made by this guy in Germany. I think you saw those ones. Those were really neat palm trems. There are kind of alternatives. I thought those were pretty cool. She came, Tuna Tone came for a visit before I left. I was chatting with her for a bit. She came to the shop, chatting about guitars, and we were talking a lot about, because she's really into that too, just making your own hardware, right? Yeah. Hey, Blackstone, how are you doing? How's your build going? I saw the updates. It looks pretty much done. I'm going to keep, this doesn't fit my belly yet. My belly. Terrible fit. I need to take more off. Nice. Yeah, there's some neat stuff that, like, simpler is always better. Like, I think you can make a simple palm trem that would work very well out of just like a brass block and some wood and stuff. I'm doing pretty good, Blackstone. Just got back. This is my first stream in almost a month. But just came back into the swing of things. We had 6 students in today, so it's pretty busy. But I was like, I haven't streamed in so long. I don't care. I need to stream right now. Right now. Let's get this out of the way. See if I can carve this thing just on the tabletop here. Hey Rhino, how are you doing? Thanks for coming in. How's that? Oh, nice. Rage, thank you for gifting that sub. Rhino, how's the ukulele treating you? I'm back. I did all the things. Oh man, let me tell you about this one day. It's a joy. Nice, that's good to hear. Let me tell you about this one day in Saskatchewan. I went fishing with my dad at night. The next morning, our breakfast was fish from the local river. We got some mushrooms that were growing in the backyard and all the vegetables from the garden. It was very, very nice. It was, there was a few days like that where it was just like, just taking it easy. Hanging out in the garden, people playing music, a fine time. So the Rhino, were you able to adjust the neck, or has it settled down at all? It's much easier to just carve this tummy cut right here. Now I can see if I'm getting it nice and flat. So I'm just using a Shinto rasp. A Shinto rasp with the handle broken off. You just hit the bottom string softer. Well, give it some time to settle down, and you can always take it in for a setup. It is adjusting to a new climate and stuff, but I'm glad it's starting to. It should settle down. It might move again in the winter. Needs a big tummy cut. I don't know when I'm going to do another ukulele build. I'm not saying I'm retiring from ukulele builds, but I got I just don't know when I'm going to build another ukulele. Maybe someday. But all my ukuleles are gone. I wonder, does anybody know if Nifty got his ukulele yet? It should arrive soon if it hasn't arrived already. I know I've been missing things on the Discord. I saw a few of your build that you were doing the finish on your guitar. I didn't have great internet in Saskatchewan, so I missed a lot of things, and I'm just kind of catching up now. But I did see your guitar. I saw the finish getting on it. Looking good. Looks like success to me. So, I kind of went over. I got 2 commissions on the go right now for the same guy, 2 different builds. But I still really want to get some. I really want to do a 4-run guitar, walnut guitar run this fall. And then there's 7. I have 7 big rivers I want to build between now and November. So before Christmas, I would like to get 10 builds done. That's my goal. 10 builds done in September, October, November, 4 months. 4 months. I can do 10 builds in 4 months, but that's my goal. I have that's my goal this fall and winter. I'll just live in the shop. I've got some really good momentum right now, and I feel I really have to push it right now. it's not desperation, but it's just kind of like, oh, this is one of those moments. I finally caught a break. I caught a break this summer. Got some good commissions. Sold all those showpiece guitars. Sold that Burl guitar, and so I was like, oh, sweet. I got to use that. I got to use that momentum and just keep going to get my stuff out there. Oh, and I forget which day, but this September, Matt from Mule Guitars is going to be in the shop, so that'll be neat. There might be some resonators, some steel resonators here in the shop when Matt comes out for a visit. So interesting stuff going on this fall. We got a lot of stuff going on. You're going to be redoing some stuff. It's good not to rush that things. I'm kind of a perfectionist. If I don't like something, I'll strip it off and do it again. On that Burl guitar that I did this spring, I was not happy with the matte finish, so I sanded it back and redid the whole finish on that one, and it was worth it in the end to do that. But it was definitely a lot more work. But there are times, that's the thing, it's all kind of about your own discernment. There's times when you should do that, and then other times you just have to let it go and let it just be what it is. You know, you try and make it as good as you can, but at some point it's never going to be perfect, and you just have to accept certain things about the build, and it's just like, yep, that's what it is. I wish I had my belt sander. Sean broke our belt sander. I could have done this in 10 minutes on a belt sander. But no. But the pickups I'm putting in here, Sean, I'm doing some work for Sean. Sean, I think I told you guys about Sean. He's resurrecting an old Vancouver guitar company called Odyssey Guitars. Tragic end to Odyssey Guitars. I think it's a bad luck name. I think Odyssey is a bad luck name. And the guy who started the company died in his shop when a machine fell on him late at night. So it's like I wouldn't try and resurrect a company with that kind of voodoo going for it. Yeah. Handwork builds character, yeah. Gotta do it by hand. A machine could do this, but maybe the machine would fall on me and be my doom. How have you been doing, Bumstead? How's your hand doing? So I'm going to be getting going again with the Luther Uprising. Don't worry, it's happening for real this time. We are going to do it, and everyone's invited. I still have to do the Australian wood podcast with Manny. I need to have to do a thing with Spike as well. Rage is coming up. Oh, actually, Rage, when you come up, we can do a Luther Uprising podcast as well. So we'll stream, but then we'll have Rage in the house and do Luther Uprising with a special guest. Who will the special guest be? I guess it'll have to be Hemel Audio. I got to talk to Hemel, see if he wants to come on as a special guest. He has to, even if he's not here in person. If we can't get Devin Townsend, I will have to. I'll have to book someone else. We'll get Hemel Audio is just as good. Pin is out of the finger. 2 weeks with short cast, then 4 weeks using the cast only at night. Oh, okay. So another 2 weeks with another 6 weeks. But Bumstead, we will have a chat as well. Also, new people, I need Gopher. Are you still there, Gopher? I need to talk to Gopher as well and have him on. We added a bunch of new, well, not a bunch. We added Spike, aka Frugal Fixer, and Gopher into the Discord. And so it's like it would be good to have those guys on. Introduce them to anybody who doesn't know, but everybody kind of knows at this point. But it doesn't matter. It's not stopping you from building. That's good. Let me tell you something about giving up forever. Jaime, do you guys remember Jaime? He's given up. He broke his foot, used it as an excuse to give up forever. You don't need a broken foot or you don't need a foot to build guitars. So Jaime used his broken foot as a reason to quit. So no more Jaime. People come and go. He should have been inspired by, let me tell you what Jaime's problem was. Jaime never watched Bumstead's stream, so he didn't see how one can overcome terrible circumstance to continue building. The workshop situation, Will has assured me that we are going to be around until March, and then we might be moving to an island and starting a guitar school. So it's there's stuff going on. So I'm going to be this spring, this winter. The reason I'm trying to build as much as I can is just to get some money together in case I have to make a move. So I can either go with Will and get this property set up and keep building on the island. There's a shop there, and help set up the guitar school. Or I can stick it out in Vancouver. I talked to a guy who runs an artist live work place just across the street from me right here. It's kind of expensive, but not very expensive when you factor in what Vancouver rent is like. So there's nothing available right now, but he said just keep applying and something will come up. And so I'll have to make a decision. Let me tell you, I'm just being patient. It's not desperate right now. I'll have a few options, and I feel like I'm just going to have to make a decision about whether I go alone or continue collaborating with Will and Meredith. Even though Meredith is leaving and she's going to California, she plans on coming back for the guitar school that Will wants to start. So it's not too bad anymore. But decisions, I can't do everything. But at least I have this shop till at least March. So that's good. It's just hard when you're starting out. Is heavy Devi? I saw that and I said Hemo audio is just as good. See how this tummy cut feels. So there we go. There. Look at that. That's all cut out now. About the lumber swap. We need to coordinate a secret Santa wood swap with all the luthiers. Yeah? We could. The problem is, it would be much easier to do that in America. Canada and Australia, we got shipping issues. In America, you can send stuff for nothing. I like the idea, but man, is it a pain to ship stuff around the world. Hey Ithaca, how are you doing? How's your summer going? I've been gone for the last month. The Canadians always ruin it. Yes, we do. We just don't like... We like high shipping rates and insane prices for plane travel. It's our jam. It's what we like. Making leather-bound journals. Nice. That sounds pretty cool. I always tried to keep a journal. I could never do it. I'm just not one of those people. I know some people, I think it is interesting to keep a journal. Do you keep a journal, Ithaca? Does anybody on here keep a journal? I've never been able to upkeep a journal. Yeah. But people who upkeep journals, like, it would be interesting to go back and read your old thoughts. I think I did. I think I stopped because I couldn't read my own thoughts. I'm just like, ugh, this guy is so cringe. That's what I thought whenever I found something that I had written when I was younger. It was just like, ugh, what an edgelord, cringe. Like, just like this kid, can't stand him. Travel journal would be good. Sketchbooks or for poetry. Yeah. That's the first step, is getting the nice journal. You journal your hate. I saw the best journal I ever saw was this dude who just kept track of the weather. And after he died, they found his journal of calling out the weatherman. And he's just like, it's like Tuesday, September 3rd. They said it would rain, but it didn't rain at all. And it's just him raging about the lying weatherman. He's like, how long will they keep tricking people with this? That was the best journal I ever saw. Just holding the weatherman accountable. Who does that? Nobody. I think we should all keep the weathermen accountable. You're not supposed to go back and read it, so you don't self-edit while you're writing it down. Just use scrap paper for that. Yeah. I have writings. I have my writings, but I don't have like a journal. I have just boxes of insane drawings and scraps and like scribbles. It'll look insane. If anybody ever did find my cache of boxes of my writings, they would be like, oh, he seemed like such a nice guy who just built guitars on the internet. But actually he was into some kooky stuff, you know? Like, I'm working on my manifesto. I'm not kidding. I have a manifesto. It's really hard to write a manifesto. Yeah, the shipping here is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You know what's good about writing your thoughts, though, is actually it's really hard to write down what you actually believe and think is right. You know? Like, I'm not writing a manifesto to start a political movement. I just call it my manifesto, where I was just trying to write down what I actually believe. Can I actually codify my principles that don't contradict themselves or aren't stupid? Like when you actually try and write down what you actually think about stuff and then you read it, it's like, do I actually think that? Or am I just repeating something I heard somewhere else? I also realized I had very few original thoughts. Like, try and write down what you stand for. It's not a simple thing to write down what, because you can write down what you stand for and be like, I'm for equality and I'm for this and I'm for that. And it's like, yeah, like that's all very nice platitudes. But actually write down like what is right. What is right? What do you think is right? Someday I'll release my manifesto on the world. You guys will know exactly what I stand for. My followers will be known as Buddhists. Okay. Let's see how this tummy cut feels. Needs to be deeper. That's a terrible tummy cut. There's barely any material taken off. I need to do deeper. It's the right shape, but there's not enough material. Yeah, that guy stood for the truth in weather folk. Yeah, like he was just like, I've had enough of their lies. I will record their lies for the whole world to see. I think there's certain people that's kind of their thing, like professional journalists, like people who actually like professionally document the happenings for the record. You know, like that's what journalism was supposed to be. Was supposed to be for the record. You're supposed to be for truth. That's the ideal anyway. But we all know it's a lie. Rage does not want to be called a Buddhist. Well, who's to say you're invited to our cult? Let me tell you something, Rage. It's a happy cult. We're happy people. We like being happy and we like being naked. And those are two things that you hate. So maybe you're just not invited to our happy naked cult. Yeah, oh yeah, the journalism is getting pretty bad. It's like, thanks BuzzFeed, you really lowered the bar on this thing called journalism. I think the journalism is so bad because I think it's all AI generated at this point. I don't think humans are writing those articles. I think it's an AI program. No, I don't, Rage. That's why you're not invited to our naked happy cult. You'd bring us down, man. You'd be Totally. Messing up my vibe, man. Yeah. Stand up for a principle and sit down on your own stool. Well, all I know is guitars. I can talk confidently to a certain degree about guitar building, so I best just stick with that. That's what I learned. I'm really not qualified to talk about most things, so I don't. Okay, this tummy cut is getting better. Let me tell you about tummy cuts. It's feeling a little better. Get it nice in there. Get a nice tummy cut in there. You just lost power to the shop. You do not save your drawing. That's a bummer. You need a big tummy cut. Let me tell you, I custom make my tummy cuts to all of my clients. You come into my shop and I'll be like, come over here. Let me feel your tummy. I give all my clients a good tummy rub. I stand behind them. And they think they're just like, well, this is kind of strange what you're doing, Hank. I'm like, it's okay, I'm a professional. I'm just feeling that tummy. Getting the feel of it, the size of it. Learning the contours so that I can transfer those contours into the guitar. That is the kind of service you get at Hank Bud Guitars. Don't worry, I put on some soothing music while I do it. I'm just like, here, let me rub that. You're going to have a fine fitted guitar now. Finely fitted, Hank Bud Guitars. Fitted for your tummy. Now, some people will use a 3D scanner to do it, but I do it the old-fashioned way, the traditional way. Some people will be like, do you have to touch me? Can't we use a machine? And I'm like, no, this is the traditional way the luthier does this thing. And I'm very traditional. That's why we do it. Oh, it's just talking about how I measure the tummy cuts on my clients. I give them a nice tummy rub. Yeah, analog tummy cuts. They just feel they're too cold. They don't feel organic. Let me tell you about the art of the tummy cut. Yeah. Oh no, it was your compressor that did it. Let's get this. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's almost flat now. It's a good tummy cut, let me tell you. Yeah, large tummy cut, more money for less wood. Let's see how this feels. Let me see how this feels. Oh, that feels really good against my six pack. Real good. Yeah, that feels about right. It's not right here. It's not. It's like, I usually. That's good. That's good. Yeah, the tummy cut needs to happen on you, not the instrument. Did you get your tummy cut yet? That's about right. It's pretty close. Like I said, it's more about just keeping it flat. Just curving it around isn't enough. You want that tummy cut to be like your bevels. You don't round those things. They're flat bevels. If you look at the Stratocaster, it's flat. It's not, especially on this part on a Stratocaster, that's a flat bend, or on the Ibanez, it's flat. They do that. On a wood top, it wouldn't matter as much, but if you're painting, you need that flat surface. And you would want it the same. It just looks better and it's easier to finish than like rounding it. You need those defined edges. The flat edge will get you more of a defined shape as well. It looks better. I don't know if it feels better, but it also, the more flat it is, the more material has been taken off. You know what I'm saying? No, you don't, Rage. You've already lost weight. Rage has already lost, last time I saw him, 16 pounds. We're going to call him Little Rage soon. One time, let me tell you the last time I was cut. Like I was just like totally cut. And it was, I got really sick. And I couldn't hold any food down for like 3 days. That was the last time I had abs. It was like I was horribly ill, but I looked amazing. I lost all the body fat, so it was like I was super lean, and I was like, I feel horrible. I feel like I'm dying, but my abs never looked better. And then I talked to my buddy who's a fitness model, and he was like, yeah, that's what I do. I just starve myself before a shoot, like a photo shoot. And I was like, really? That's how you get that lean look for the magazines and stuff? And he's like, yeah, I just starve myself. And I was like, oh, well, that's not healthy at all. And he's like, no, it's not.